as we are now in the coaching carousel portion of the calendar, and it's going to start spinning maybe more with more coaching news. If the Bears called you up and asked for advice on what do we need in a coach for Caleb Williams, what advice would you give the Bears for a hire for Caleb Williams, Kurt?
Well, I think my advice for any team right off the bat is find a head coach. Find a guy that can lead your organization. That, to me, is where it all starts. Like, would you love to have a guy that can lead your organization and bring an incredible offense and an Andy Reid type guy? Of course you would, because Caleb's your guy and you're going to be attached to him and you want to bring him along because you know your organization will go as Caleb Williams goes. And so I definitely think you'd love to have both of those pieces. But I just worry because I've seen too often teams make the mistake of going out and getting, the hot candidate based on what they do on one side of the ball or the other. Because, hey, we want that offense and we want that element. So let's get that guy. But that guy is not the CEO. He's not the leader. He's not the guy that you need to galvanize the troops and build a winning organization. And so that would be my advice to all of these teams. As much as I want to see a different offense for Caleb Williams, and I've been outspoken about that all year long, and some of my frustration of what they've asked him to do and how I think it's hurt him in his rookie year. I think the most important thing is you need stability and a guy that's a known leader that can take over your organization, share his vision, and have a plan to get you to that vision. Is what I would tell any one of these teams, and even specifically the Chicago Bears with where they've been, over the course of the last decade or so, and knowing the pieces that they've got there.
But that said, there's usually a side of the ball that somebody comes from. John Harbaugh is an exception, I guess, because he was a special teams guy. So if the Bears introduce the next head coach and he's a defensive-minded head coach, Bears fans shouldn't go crazy, is what you're saying, Kurt?
I mean, again, I think it kind of depends on who it is.
Right.
If that coach is Mike Vrabel, no, I do not think the Bears fans should go crazy. Like, you got yourself a really good head coach. Now, what do you want from that? Because I think Vrabel kind of comes from that mode of, hey, we want to play really good defense. We don't want to turn the football over so that our offense can be a little bit more conservative, so on and so forth. Well, I mean, you look at Jim Harbaugh. That's basically the way that he's come in to the Chargers and said, hey, I know we've got this, really shiny, talented piece at quarterback, but this is how we're going to win. We're going to play good defense. We're going to run the football, and we're going to dominate in those areas, and we're going to allow our quarterback to be a complementary piece, or when we need him, to shine when we need him. And so, I know we would like to see every one of our young quarterbacks go throw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, organizations want to win, and you bring in the guy that can help you win and have a plan to win, even if it, may not look one way or another. So again, I think it depends on who it is. If it's a known commodity that is a really good head football coach in the National Football League, and even though he comes from the defensive side, I think the Bears fans should be extremely excited about it. If it's an unknown guy that comes from the defensive side, that we don't know if he's going to be a great head coach, then I think any fan base, knowing that you've got Caleb Williams and what you need to do and what you want to build around offensively, may have some questions at that point.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.